Alright, what's up boys? Today we're back with another video. Today I'm showcasing top 5 best bloodlines in all of Shindo life. So, in the number 5 spot we got Powder. This is because it has some high damage moves. That is not one of them. Actually, I mean, it does do a decent amount of damage, but it's not the reason why it's good. It's an EKG, and... one sec, I'm just waiting for the damage to go away. And it has this move, which is a high AoE stun. Lasts a long time. I don't think it's on any GCDs, so that's really OP. They have added hand signs since the last update, that's why it's in number 5 and not number 2 or wherever it'd usually be. But yeah, they have also reduced the hitbox on the third move, but that doesn't make it any less OP. So with this third move, you take them into the air, and before the move ends, you can actually do hand signs and continue off of the move. So that's why that move is broken specifically. Yeah, it does about 60k, so it's really decent bloodline. That's why it's in number 5. In number 4 we have Ashura. This is number 4 because it has a really good mode and all of the moves are actually so broken. Like if we take this for example, this move is a block breaker stun and it seals chi. So if you just wash my chi, it's going all the way up, and that stun lasts ages as well. Another really OP move is this first move. So say now I'm over here, it just attacks the nearest player to me, and that's also a stun. Lasts a decent amount of time, as you can see. The last move isn't as good as the others, but it's still pretty decent damage. So it's a chase move, similar to the powder move, except it's not very extendable because that has knockback on the end of there, and it's only like 60k, which isn't a very good for a combo ender move. But the main part about Ashura that makes it good, other than the moves obviously, is like, we have the mode. The mode is super good. So right here, we got the C-Spec, got some nice range on it, does 85k, that's decent for a C-Spec. In fact, I'd even say that's good. But we also have the E-Spec, which changes depending on if you're using the Q-Spec or not. So let's show you the moded up Q-Spec. So if you go into Q, you actually become a giant red statue. This is actually made out of wood, but I got the skin. Anyway. So the E-Spec, like this, is like a trap and it goes on for a long time. But yeah, it does 50k, and it's sort of like Shadow. You know Shadow C-Spec, how like people get stunned when they walk into it, but if they do keep walking, they take more damage. So yeah, that's really nice. And of course, we got the C-Spec in mode, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. Yeah, but the thing is, with this mode, all damage is quartered. So if you would usually take 100k, you take 25k. That's another really nice thing. So let's go and test the counter real quick and see how good that is. Okay, here we go. There's the counter. So it's basically the exact same as the second move, except it's just stronger. So this is the second move for reference. Hopefully I can land it without him dying. Yeah, so it's like a twice as strong version of the second move. It's really OP. And that is why this is in number 4. Number 3 is actually going to be Getsuga. This is a really good EKG, high damage, good moves, except it also has a broken mode. So let me just show off the moves first. This is a pole, by the way. It's on the same global cooldown as Ashura's second. 40k damage, really good combo starter. You can charge while the move is going and everything. It's really nice. And the second move, this is also super nice. It's a block breaker. It's a chase move as well. Basically a more OP version of Naramaki 6-pack first. And for the third move, I'm going to go up to this log so we don't get the AoE damage. So for this move, it's kind of like, I would not use this personally because the startup is just way too long. The damage is okay and it usually does enough damage to block break someone, but it's just not as good as the other moves. Alright, now we're going to go on to the mode. So I'm mode up. This mode looks very similar to Minakaze, by the way, but they are different. Like all of the black lines are actually more of a yellow color. Like all of the black parts are yellow instead. That's the only difference really. But anyway, let me just show you guys the C-Spec just to start things off. So this mode is very similar to Ashura. It has like the same build and everything. So C-Spec is just really OP. 124k, that's super busted. We also got an E-Spec. This E-Spec is really nice, by the way. you grab them, take them in the air, and then it does the exact same Getsuga second move. So that's super nice. I mean Getsuga first, not Getsuga second. And then for the Q spec, same as Ashura, you turn big, you get extended M1s. Super cool. Let's see, I'm pretty sure the E spec changes as well into a Shuriken toss. Yep, let's see how much damage this does. 110k. Yeah, so basically this is why this is at number 2. Oh, number 3, sorry. This is why this is number 3. Because it's just absolutely broken damage all around. Like, you just do a C spec and an E spec and then that's an instant 250k damage. Just way too OP. Anyway, on to number 2. So in the number 2 spot we have Kamaki. To be more specific, it's Kamaki Akuma. The normal one is trash. But this one is in number 2 spot because all of the moves are super good. So, let me show you, for example. Actually, let me get out of mode. Don't want to see mode stats yet. Okay, so the first move is this. I'm pretty sure that's a block breaker, and also a knockback. Yeah. Anyway, you also have this ranged move, which is a high DPS move. Just rapid, like, slashes. Does a lot of damage. Pretty good. And the third move is probably the best move of Kamaki, which is like a chase move, and then it's like a combo. Lasts quite a long time with an explosion at the end. Also has burn damage, as you can see. But yeah, the most broken part about Kamaki is actually the mode. Now, many people actually like to use the first mode more than the second mode, because the first mode is completely offense, while the second mode is more on the defensive side, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So let me unequip my throwables and my ninja tools. So, with this specific Kamaki mode, the Q spec is like that. It's a ring, and it does 50k damage to everything in the ring. That's really good. And the C spec is this. So it's kind of like a chase move. You grab them. Very similar to the third move, actually, but it does a ton of damage, as you can see. 85k. Now, the difference between the first mode and the second mode is actually that the Q spec changes. If I show you the second mode Q spec, it's going to be like Ashura, except with no extended M1s. You just get the defense buff. That's why not many people tend to use the second mode and they always go for the first mode. I personally use the second mode, but that's because I use a weapon instead of actually relying on the Q spec. But yeah, the C spec is the exact same. Everything's the same. Just pretty sure it's higher stats. Yeah, that's the only difference really. And also, the most broken part about this mode is the E spec. So the E spec is a counter. I'm not sure if you've ever used Renshiki, but that has a counter, which every time you hit it, it does a set amount of damage to the person who hit you. So, basically, if I were to do my E spec, it'd do an initial blast of damage, and then just stack damage. So, if somebody used powder on me, and I decided to counter, they just take 200k damage instantly. And that is why this is in number 2 spot, just because that single counter alone just completely breaks the meta. Like any DOT moves, like Acid. Acid is kind of useless against this thing. Like imagine trying to use an Acid run, Acid slide, and then he just runs after you with this counter, running all up in your Acid. You're just gonna die, bro. You're just... Acid users are actually just gonna die. It's actually sad. But yeah, if you see anybody using Kamaki mode, do not use Acid, please. Alright, on to number 1. Alright, and number 1 is of course the newest bloodline in the game, Eisen. Eisen. Anyway, it's just Eisen from Bleach, really. So, what makes this so good? So this move specifically, this first move, this is a pull move. So if I hit him, it does 17k damage, it's a block breaker, and he teleports to me. So if I used it here, and it hit the log, it'd just be teleported straight to me. Another cool thing about it is that you can use it alongside a stun, and it will still work. I was going to show you guys, but it won't work on log anyway. So you could stun them beforehand and then use the portal to do like a little combo extender. Really nice. And for the second move, I can't remember actually what the second move is. I think it's one of the worser moves. One of the worst moves. So let's give this a check. Actually no, this is a decent move. This is 40k damage to everyone like in your kind of area. So it basically just strikes down from above on anybody in your area. Just instant 40k damage. It's pretty bad. It's not as good as the other ones, but It's alright, it's alright. And for the last move, this is actually going to be a stun. It's a place lock too. So you use this, and it's similar to the second move, except it stuns. That's why I think this is just a better version of the second move. I might be missing something with the second move, so make sure to tell me in the comments if you notice anything that I've like skipped over. So that'd be nice. Anyway, time for the most broken bit of this bloodline. Again, it's the mode. Same with all of these bloodlines, man. Anyway, I just want to show you guys real quick what makes this mode absolutely brain dead. So I'm gonna go all the way up here. I'm not sure if this might be too far, but let's try to. So yeah, that is the range. That's definitely not broken. Game devs are so smart. Anyway, yeah, that is 85k. It's not an OP move, but like if you use it in a combo, it is really strong. You can't use it by itself though because it doesn't stun or slow you down. You can just walk out of it. Really, it's just pure damage. So if you get hit by it, you can just walk out. But the cooldown's really short, so you can just incorporate this into any combo and make it super OP. As long as if you use it with other moves, it's good. Now, the most broken part about this... yeah, that's 215k, just from a C-spec, with a 25-second cooldown. That is very balanced. Yeah. I can't remember the Q-spec. Q-spec is a taijutsu move, so I'm gonna have to go to an NPC to test it. Okay. So yeah, this has a place lock stun at the end of it, 52k, very, very good. It's a very good taijutsu move. Unfortunately, it is landlocked, so you can't really fly around with it or anything. But other than that, it's super nice. So now time to show the second mode. Yep, this thing has two modes. As if the first one wasn't broken enough, you now have this mode. And if it's very similar to Ashura again, in the sense that you can become a literal dragon. And look at this. Yep, that's not broken at all. Yep, lovely range. This game is very balanced and cool. Yeah, just 300k damage from like 5 miles away. That's very, very reasonable. I love the game devs, they're so cool. Nah, I swear they're trying to kill their game now, bro. Hype up RLCs, then they kill their actual Shindo Life game. But nah, the E-spec is the exact same. As you saw, the C-spec is very similar, except you're actually on the dragon this time, so you can aim it about. It's like the Kurama C-spec in Getsuga. So that's really nice. The Q-spec... I meant C-spec, but like, the Q-spec is just turning into a dragon. You get the health reduction and everything. C-spec is the same. I'm pretty sure the E-spec is different though, so I'm gonna have to give that a try in 2 seconds. Alright, here we are again, back in mode 2. Let's go into the dragon form, E-spec. So, it actually looks to be the exact same. I'm sure the range is extremely broken as well. Let's just see how much damage it does. Yeah, the same. Oh, looks a little bit more, like 4k more. It's not a big difference. I would not recommend going in the dragon mode just to hit that move. Yeah, like I said earlier, the range on this thing is absolutely insane. You can beam anyone anywhere on the map. Well, not anywhere. Like as you saw just there, I was out of range. Or was I? Hang on. Nope, I was still in range, still in range, still in range, still in range, still in range. Oh wait, I think I'm just out of range. Okay, so this is the range. This is the range. I'm sure you understand why this is the best bloodline in the entire game. And the history of the entire game. This wasn't... like, Shindai Prime wasn't even this good. This is absolutely insane. And the problem is everyone's gonna have it because it's a free bloodline. And you can also buy it with Robux, and get it with spins. You can basically get it any way imaginable, apart from rel coins. So it's gonna be a massive, massive pain in public servers when you're just trying to chill out, and then some random dragon just comes and beams you, then flies away. What are you gonna do about that? Turn into a dragon as well? Nah, you're not catching him. Anyway guys, if this helped you at all, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,500 subscribers so I can do a giveaway. Yeah. So, if you didn't know, I do Game Pass giveaways on my channel every single time I reach a sub goal, or I decide to just do one. So make sure to join the Discord that's in the description, and also join my Roblox group, where I sell cool clothes like the ones I'm wearing right now. Aren't they so cool? Anyway, yeah, subscribe.